If you told me years ago that I would be sitting here with a MacBook, I would laugh in your face. I was a proud Windows fanboy. I argued, I debated, I even mocked Apple users. I was like, oh my god, I can never switch to a Mac. And today, guys, I've officially switched to a MacBook after using Windows all my life. I'll be giving you guys my honest long-term review of using the M2 MacBook Pro. Let's go.
I heard man when I chat and chit. I come through like what's good, these weeks getting split. Man better breathe than sprint, it's long for Tuesday.
I've been using Windows ever since I first touched the computer. From my editing, my schoolwork, my YouTube, my initial YouTube videos were all edited on my Windows Lenovo computer. I was that guy that said that MacBooks were overhyped. The actual truth was that I was actually too broke to buy a MacBook. I would say to myself, I can't drop 2K on a computer. But look at me now. Your boy is a proud owner of the M2 MacBook Pro, 16-inch, 1 terabyte. 16 gigabytes RAM. Let me be honest with you guys, when I got my Mac for the first time, I was like, oh my god, what is this? Like, it was way different from Windows because first of all, it doesn't have a Windows button. All the shortcuts I knew from Windows didn't work on the MacBook. I was like, oh my god, what have I put myself into? It felt like I was learning to walk all over again. I just looked up some videos on YouTube and I saw this particular YouTuber, Mark Vince, and he just has a lot of good videos about how you can seamlessly actually switch from a Windows to a Mac, and a lot of features like Windows snapping to 2 different split screens. While this is built into Windows, it's not on the Mac, so you have to install a third-party app for you to be able to put Windows on a split screen. At first, initially, I was like, oh my god, why did I buy this computer? Because I could not do this initially. But then after I watched a couple of videos, found out that you can use an app called Rectangle. I was like, oh my god, thank you God, because oh my goodness, guys. Also, the file system in a Mac is actually just so weird. For those of you that have switched from a Windows to Mac, you understand what I'm talking about. Everything is just very, very different. After some time, I began to have a hang of it, and before you know it, I started using my iPhone, my laptop, my messages, my notes app, everything just started becoming seamless performance and daily use. Like I said, I use the M2 MacBook Pro, base model of the MacBook Pro. I am a content creator or YouTuber, so I make videos, I make thumbnails, I run multiple apps at once. I have to tell you that the M2 chip is a beast. It handles this seamlessly without any slowing down. I can just imagine if I got the 32 gigabyte RAM or the 64 gigabyte RAM, what would have happened? The base model 16 gigabyte is actually, bro, it handles everything I throw at it. I film my videos in 4K. It handles the scrubbing of the timeline seamlessly. No problems, no stuttering. From time to time, whenever I put on heavy effects on DaVinci Resolve, I begin to see some slowing down. But in general, guys, I haven't had any problems with this computer. Whenever I launch Lightroom, this guy opens in less than 4 seconds, less than 3 seconds. This is actually crazy because when I was using Windows before, whenever I launched Lightroom or Photoshop, I used to wait for like, oh my god, like 5 minutes. I'm waiting for Lightroom or Photoshop to open up. The difference is like night and day in terms of launching Lightroom and Photoshop. Also, whenever I boot the computer, guys, it doesn't even take up to 1, 2, 3. You have to wait for seconds and minutes. This takes like maybe 3 seconds, 5 seconds. It handles raw photo files without even blinking in Lightroom. The MacBook is every creative person's dream, and that's something I never understood until I actually got one for myself. Also, it doesn't overheat like my old laptop used to do. In fact, I don't even remember the last time I heard the fan of my MacBook. The only time the fan came on was when I was exporting a very long video with heavy effects, and then I began to hear my fan. I was like, oh my god, what is happening to my Mac? Am I about to destroy this, my baby? But really, guys, this MacBook is like dead silent. You don't hear any noise, you don't hear any fan noise, it doesn't overheat, it doesn't slow down because of any, like, guys, it's crazy actually. The battery life, this laptop can go on for days and days and days on end. But as you can see, guys, I actually have a monitor here, and my monitor can power my MacBook. So it's been a while that I actually use my MacBook without the charger. It literally lasts for the whole day. If you're a student watching this and you're going to do all this cool stuff, oh my god, it's going to last for 2 days actually on a full charge. I'm a content creator. I need this power to be able to edit on the go, to be able to edit in case I'm working for a client, because I work for clients here in Russia. I take this guy everywhere. In fact, this guy has become my assistant, my brain, my second brain. I use Notion here, no problems at all. It has just made my life, my whole content creation become seamless. I script all my videos on my MacBook, open multiple apps at once. I can open Notion, Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, Lightroom, Google Chrome, all open at once. And guys, my Google Chrome actually has a lot of tabs on it right now. Are you seeing? This is the first tab and this is the last tab, about 20 tabs right now, and I don't experience any slowing down. This guy is a beast, given that it's a base model MacBook Pro. And I want to say this, guys, if you're using an iPhone, switch now. I don't know why iPhone users use a Windows computer. There might be a point where you can't afford a MacBook, but if you can afford a MacBook, please buy a MacBook. It's going to change your life forever. Guys, let me give you some of the reasons how this MacBook has been able to seamlessly integrate with my iPhone and just made my life just, oh my goodness. My messages, my calendar, screenshots, AirDrop, everything just seamlessly integrates with each other. Guys, it's just mind-blowing because I used to use my iPhone with my Windows before. Oh my goodness. I used to use my iPhone with my Windows before, and guys, I didn't know what I was missing out on. Guys, I'm telling you, once you switch to a Mac, you're never going back, because guys, the AirDrop is just so seamless. You mean that I can actually make a thumbnail right now and I can just transfer it from my laptop to my phone without having to look for Bluetooth, without having to use WhatsApp, without having to use Telegram, without an internet connection. If I'm not able to share a hotspot connection on my MacBook, for example, I can just AirDrop it to my phone and send the documents. AirDrop is actually what stood out for me the most. Let's talk about this particular feature I found out. I actually discovered it one day when I was actually working. I was like, what's this? Like, this is actually mind-blowing. If you type a text and you copy from your MacBook, you can paste it on your phone and vice versa. Guys, that's actually crazy. That's actually a game changer. And where I've noticed that this has actually come in handy is, for example, whenever I'm writing my YouTube descriptions or whenever I'm trying to copy a link, I just copy a link from my phone, or I copy a link from my computer, I paste. For someone that has been using Windows for all his life. I can't believe that this is what I've been missing. And you guys know will tell your boy, oh my god. And now I can't even live without it. I want to quickly go into those that should not switch. Now, let's be real, guys. The Mac is not for everybody. If you're a hardcore gamer, you like to play games, then obviously you're not going to switch because MacBook doesn't have the kind of games, or it doesn't run the games that you actually have on Windows. Also, if you use an Android device, guys, you're going to feel so disconnected using a MacBook. AirDrop, iMessage, iCloud, you'll be able to utilize this because, I mean, obviously Android and iOS are two different operating systems. But if you're a creative, a business owner, a student, a content creator, and you already use an Apple Gear like an iPhone, this is a no-brainer. If you have the chance to switch to a MacBook and thank me later, the MacBook will elevate your workflow. I'm not here to say that Windows is trash, actually. I mean, I used it for the first 20 years of my life. But for me, someone that creates, someone that edits, someone that needs a computer that doesn't hang or disappoint in terms of editing, that can handle multiple apps open at once, multiple creative apps open at once, it's a no-brainer for me. The Mac has become my productivity weapon. At this point, I'm actually unstoppable with this baby. So if you have the money and you'll be looking for a sign, you'll be sitting on the fence, should I switch to a Mac, and you have an iPhone, please, it's a no-brainer. Don't worry, just take your money and go to the store and be like, bam, 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 have my money. You understand what I'm saying? Don't wait like I did. I actually thought I was going to regret my decision, but guys, it's been over 2 years and I've been using this boy back to back for every single thing, every single project I do. It has never disappointed me one day. And this is coming from someone that used Windows all his life. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful to those that are looking to make the decision to switch from a Windows to a Mac. Let me know you got to this point by commenting fire emojis in the comment section. And are you a Windows user thinking of switching to a Mac? Let me also know in the comment section, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. And until then, it is your boy signing out. Stay safe and have a good one. Bye for now.